introduce you to Dr. Joe Griffin, a speaker, consultant, and author's intention is teaching that talk is to broaden their vision, the things they weren't taught when they brought up as children. Reach for the top, regardless of situations, predicaments, or your conditions. He's making history, all of the districts, increasing retention from teachers, 50 to 80%. That ain't all that you hear me. He is the mentor. He paved the way with his tip methodology, really. Dream, be persistent, face fears, seek change, go out and go get it. This what you learning with Dr. Joe Griffin. With Dr. Joe Griffin, yeah. He says recognize trauma, push past the pain. If you got a problem, go look at his frame. Work your perspective and look at it change. Find a goal, set it in critical thing. Manage time, self-awareness. These are the few of the things he's trying to get you to do every day. Do every day. Led 5 schools to increase test scores with his teacher-principal collaboration. Things he gives to you will have you take your drive to the next level. But first, you need to get some fuel at gas station. Supporting education leaders, creating a culture for kids that'll last for ages. Lack of access to quality professional development, that's outrageous. Got his doctorate in education, leadership, research, make changes. Need to put the kids first and raise them. Need to teach them they worth, stop playing. Later on, they gon' run this nation. Dr. Joe with his dissertation taught to those who would fix, make changes. I introduce you to Dr. Joe Griffin, a speaker, consultant, and author's intentions. The teaching that talk is to broaden their vision, the things they weren't taught when they brought up as children. Reach for the top, regardless of situations, predicaments, or your conditions. He's making history, all of the districts, increasing retention from teachers, 50 to 80%. They ain't all that you hear me. He is the mentor. He paved the way with his dip methodology, really. Dream, be persistent, face fears, seek change, go out and go get it. This what you learning with Dr. Joe Griffin. With Dr. Joe Griffin.
Great day, leaders. Welcome to the Speaking Life and You Leadership live stream. I am your host, Dr. Joe Griffin, where we talk leadership dynamics, personal and professional growth, educational trends, and provide solutions to help you with school improvement to create culture of collaboration. Let's go! Yes. Week 30, you all, is indeed a blessing. Can't thank you all enough for being on this journey with me. It's definitely been a growth process through it all, and as leaders, as educators, and just as people, we got to make sure that we are always trying to be the best that we could be so that we can continue to inspire and empower others. And that's what it's all about. That's how you know when you're working in your purpose, you're doing it to help those that come after you, those that are doing those same things or following those same footsteps, or that are treading along that path with you together. Because the thing about it is, we need each other. We need each other. And I take that a step further, for those that have been coming along with me, been watching, been seeing the evolution. If we can't collaborate together, if you're not getting the growth that you need, if you don't feel like you see this particular live stream as a resource for what you need to be doing in your schools and in your lives, guess what? You all don't have to be here. That's we only want those that feel like we can learn together, that we can grow together, that it's about a team, it's about us collaborating with us and us bouncing ideas off each other each and every week. That's why we keep coming back. That's why we keep showing up. See, it's taking on, it's not even about it's about the purpose, you all. It's about driving the purpose home and getting out the information to those that need it. I definitely want to ask you to roll call. I want to shout you out if you're in with us, if you're live, or whether you come back and watch the recording. Either way, let us know that you're in the chat. Show us that you're supporting, that you're collaborating, that you're working with us, because we're going to keep getting better. We're going to stay focused, because the reason we do it, as I tell you, it's not about Joe Griffin Global. It's about those that are able to tap in, those that are able to come with us along the journey so that we can do this thing together. We got a good one today for you all. And it's about leadership because you are a leader. And before we get tapped into that, I definitely want to say a few other points also. So again, thank you all for joining me. You could be anywhere else you want to be, but you right here on the Speaking Life into You Leadership live stream. So whether you like, comment, subscribe, share, I definitely appreciate that. But even if you don't, you here. You're here. You keep coming back for a reason. If it's your first time, it's 29 shows before this one. Once you finish watching this one, at the end of the day, you're going to see, wow, they're really in it to try to help people, to try to help empower people to be the best that they can be, the best that I can be myself. We're talking about Joe Griffin right here, but also I want to inspire and empower others. That's what the purpose comes in at, and that's the most fulfilling part of it. Just last week, week before last now, we were able to be in New York City and able to do connect with some educators all around the world. And people were talking about the DIP approach. So a couple of people asked me about a couple of things that I had provided at previous conferences and workshops and things of that nature. So again, that's empowering to know that you do have people listening. You do have those that are taking advantage. Because I put 15 years, blood, sweat, and tears into that principal role, into those leadership positions, into those communities in order to be able to put out like we do for you each and every week, bring in a number of guests to also bless the platform. So all those guests that have come during this first 30 week, I appreciate them, you all. This is a cornerstone. It's a milestone, whether you know it or not, whether you believe it or not, whether you can envision the future of where we're going with the Speaking Life and You Leadership live stream or not. This is a milestone. And if you don't celebrate your milestone, who will? You got to celebrate your milestone. It's got to allow you to keep going. That's part of being a leader. You are a leader. Yes, indeed. Also, continue to shout prayers across the nation for the various things that we have going on, y'all. We got a lot going on in the United States alone right now, nevertheless, the world. So let's always be mindful, be prayerful that there are people in various situations, whether it be the plane crashes, whether it be the fires, whether it be the people that are iced in, whatever the case, there's something, there's someone, there's a situation that there's a lot of pain going on right now. I made a post just yesterday, but pain can't drive out the love that you have for what you do. Ooh-wee. But pain can't drive out the love for what you do and why you do what you do. Like, comment, subscribe, share, you all. Definitely appreciate it because we want to continue to get the word out. And the only way to do that is to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit those algorithms, let those people know, let everyone know that we got information that we're giving out every single week. And that's whether I'm coming along, as I'll be today. We're going to actually go into one of the prime chapters of Empowering Educational Communities, a guide for teacher-principal collaboration today. So just hold tight just for a minute, y'all. We're getting it crack-a-lacking, as they say. And with that, we definitely want to start with some affirmations. Well, a affirmation. We're just going to do the prime affirmation today. I am a leader. Say that to yourself. Put it in the chat. Affirm it. I am a leader. You are a leader, whether you know it or not. And then we're going to point out some ways in which you are just that today. As we get ready to go into our talk for today, what's guiding your work every single day? This is a question that I've been diving into, that I've been realizing, that I've been working toward, that I have matured to the point where I know that every single day you got to make progress to your goal. Now, yeah, you envision the future. You expect to have great results. You want the end game to match what you put in to the game, right? Of course, because you wouldn't be doing all of the work if you didn't. But what's guiding that work? Every single day, what's guiding that work? What are you putting into what you're trying to get out of life? Or are you just trying to manifest it without the work? That doesn't happen. That's not real. So you got to make sure that every single day you look, you take a stance back, you step out of it, and you say, what did I do today? What guided my work today? If I'm an educational leader, what instructional practices did I push today? If I'm just a generalist and I'm in life, what did I do today to make my life better for the future? What did I do? What steps do I have in place? What systems? What implementations? This is a true reflection question that as leaders, we got to ask ourselves every single day. If I'm bringing information, if I'm bringing leadership principles to you every single day, I have to ask myself, what am I doing to continue to build? What am I reading? What coursework am I taking? What am I putting into myself that I'm able to put back into you? That's crucial. Not what's already in me, but what am I continuing to put in every single day? So those systems that I know work, how am I making them even better? How am I going through and ensuring that we take off the things that aren't working within that particular system? Every single day, we've got to do analysis. We've got to be able to go in and reflect on what's guiding our work. So with that being said, think about it, you all. What's guiding your work? And if you're comfortable and you're confident enough and you're competent enough in what you do, put in the chat what you do. What's guiding your work every single day? Why do you do what you do? What's your purpose? That goes further than your why. We talked about that on last week, but what is your purpose? What are you doing? My purpose is to be the best that I can be so that I can inspire the best out of others. Because it's all about empowerment. When you realize that you got to lose yourself to gain yourself, that's where your power comes in at. When you start worrying about what people are thinking and saying about you, and you are able to be in your true, authentic self and give back to those that are willing to accept what you have to offer, that's a magnificent feeling, you all. That's the joy of not only being an educator, but that's the joy of being the person that you were meant to be. And I'm speaking from a lane of experience because we never have always been there. Once you reach it to that point where you realize, wow, I really stopped caring what people's opinion are. I've driven out the fear of being judged, of being criticized, and you're able to be your authentic self. And you already have talent. That's how you know you're going to greater places and that you're further able to empower others, because people are only going to be able to grow from what you're able to provide. And if you're worried about people and that's holding you back from providing it, guess what? You shortchange yourself and the world. So what's guiding your work every single day, y'all? Hey, again, if you that type of leader that knows everything, you've been in all the situations, you got test scores as well, and you don't want to learn, you don't want to grow, you don't feel like that the Speaking Life in the You leadership live stream is floating your fast, is providing you with the principles, the instructional strategies, the inspiration, the motivation that you need. I'm happy to tell you that it may not be for you. And it's okay, because I'm not for everybody, and everybody isn't for me. Everybody isn't for everybody, but that doesn't mean you can't grow. That doesn't mean you can't take an opportunity to learn. See, that's what it's all about, you all. Driving out fear so you can be courageous and authentic in your purpose. So what does leadership look like in your life, in your school? Take a minute to reflect, because we don't always think about what that looks like. And I want to take a quick step back, you all, right quick, because as a leader, you got to constantly affirm what you do. You've got to constantly analyze. You got to constantly review, reflect, reframe, and revitalize yourself and your entire team. So with that in mind, when you're looking at what leadership looks like in your life and in your school, you got to take a step out of it. Because again, as leaders, you're not leading for you. You're leading for those that are around you, those that are in your organization, those that are on your team, those that want to go to a common goal. So in order to do that, You got to take a step outside of you and look at it. What does leadership look like in my life? What does it look like in my relationships with my family? Take it a step further, not only with your family, but what does it look like to those families that you're leading? Because you're teaching students, and as leaders, you're working with adults. So naturally, that influences their families also. If I'm able to give hope to a student, if I'm able to give inspiration to a teacher, don't you know that impacts that family, sometimes for generations to come? You can change the entire trajectory of a student's family's life just by speaking life into them, just by being that motivation, just by giving that support, being that guided factor, that guiding light in that student's life. So you got to look at it. What does leadership look like in your life, in your school, in your community? No one's perfect. So just because you made a mistake, just because something didn't go well on a job or in a particular situation, as an educator, you're still a leader. You still have so much more to give. Who are we to judge and to put you under because of something that happened? Because it probably happened in other places as well, but yours came to light. So affirm your leadership. Affirm what you bring to the table. Know and believe in your competency. Back that up by the fact that you're putting time into your work, that you care about what you're doing. You know, love defeats all of this. So when you love what you do, that burnout, that stress, it doesn't hit the same. I'm going to say it again, because we got a lot of people that talk about burnout. We talk about stress, but you got to make it into a way that is not about you, that you're doing it for the love, that you're doing it for the empowerment of those students, that you're working with the team for the empowerment of that community and that school. And that's a daily process in itself. So again, if you know all the answers, you got all the answers about leadership right now. I might not be cooking good for you today, but I'm cooking for those that are listening. I know it and I feel it because I feel what's going on right here. And I got some people that have been with me for 30 weeks. Y'all wouldn't be with me for 30 weeks straight if I wasn't bringing the fire for you every single week, whether I'm alone or whether I'm with a guest. It's our duty to provide. I'm striving to be the best that I can be, but I'm also setting up to be empowering other people. That's what it all comes down to. Define what leadership looks like in your life, in your school, in your community. And don't settle for being less. You are a leader. All educators are leaders. All students are capable. It's the motto that drives us. All educators are leaders. All students are capable. It's the motto that drives us, you all. I love this. I love this format. I love this platform. I love the ability to be able to talk with you each and every week, you all. So like, comment, subscribe, share. We got to get this information out here, you all. With that being said, what does leadership look like in your life and in your school? What are you doing to push the envelope? What are you doing to be intentional about what you bring to the table every single day? Or are you just going with the flow? Are you just one of these educators that say, oh, whatever happened, going to happen? Are you just trying to finish out the school year? Here it is, February. You got March, April, May. 3 months. Sure, testing happens at the beginning of May, but you got 3 full months. Are you one of those educators that have already called it quits? Ooh-wee. Don't let me make you mad today. Are you one of the educators that have already resigned for the year and say, we just trying to get to next year? If you are, I'm going to be the one to tell you, you should be ashamed of yourself. I got to be authentic with you. I don't know how to be anybody else. I can't tell you to go take a break in the job not done yet. No. You owe it. You have a duty to not only take care of yourself, but remember, leadership is about empowering others. So when you allow that to drive you, allow that to be your focus, you're able to change that burnout into being able to give back. continuously over and over again, you know that that's part of what takes place. But your love got to be in the right place. You got to rethink it sometimes. All the time, it's not always the situation. It's how we're thinking about the situation. It's how we making adjustments or not making adjustments in our thoughts, in our beliefs. And we're going to talk about our thoughts and our beliefs here in a moment after we get off defining what leadership is, because the next part of it, you got to understand that leadership is not a title. It's not a title. It's not the principal. It's not the superintendent. It's not the teacher. It's your intentionality. It's your impact. It's your influence. It's what you're doing every single day. Notice I keep coming back to a lot of the same points, y'all, because I got to reiterate it for you, because somebody needs this today. Somebody needs this today. Again, you might be the leader that knows it all. You might not have any problems at your school or within your organization, and you don't need any help from Dr. Joe Griffin or Joe Griffin Global, period. We get that. We okay. But we want those that need it, those that value it, those that find the resources helpful to be able to come in and get it, you all. That's what it's all about. That's what it comes down to. So with that being said, when we're talking about leadership, I want to read a quick part from Empowering Educational Leadership. It's just a quick paragraph. Empowering Educational Community is a guide for teacher, principal collaboration. Teaching, it can't be about getting a paycheck to sustain your bills. It has to be hard work, or it becomes hard work. Please let that sink in. It can't be about a paycheck to sustain your bills. It has to be about hard work, or it becomes hard work. Empowerment comes from the internal will to continue to improve your educator capacity. You never stop learning and growing in the field of education. You cannot collaborate with others when you stop growing as an educator. You can't collaborate when you stop growing. You know, we talk about collaborating, we talk about working with, through others all the time, but there is no collaboration when you stop growing, when you stop challenging yourself, when you stop allowing yourself to become uncomfortable, because you have to be uncomfortable to grow. Growth comes through discomfort. So it's important that you always recognize this particular information. Good evening, Doc. Good evening, Doc. Nice to have you, Dr. Houston. Definitely nice to have you. I'm out here cooking. Tonight. Somebody needs it, Doc. I'm all in my zone, feeling good, because I know there's some leaders out here that need this information that we provide every single week. We're not going to stop. So again, that is crucial when you're dealing with leadership, you all. What does leadership look like in your life and in your school? Define it for yourself. You're a leader of your family and a leader of families. Not just your family, but you're a leader of families, because you're teaching the youth, and they're going to have families, and that's going to be a trajectory that they're going to follow for years and generations to come. You're a leader not only in the school community, but of the community, because you're leading students and people who are part of that community, and they're going to go out into other communities in the world. Ooh, wait. They're going to go into other communities in the world. So you're a leader of not only your school community, but of multiple communities, just by what you do every single day. So you talk about your why, you talk about your purpose. Come on. You're making impact. You don't even know how impactful you are. But I'm here to remind you today. I'm here to affirm you today. I'm here to let you know that what you're doing is important. What you're doing is crucial. What you're doing is needed. What you're doing is valued and respected. You are heard, loved, and appreciated. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I can't tell you enough, you are. Now, we talk about mindset. We talk about mindset, y'all. Mindset, it matters. Your mindset matters. How you looking at the situation? How you're looking at the situation. I was coaching a principal just yesterday. Yeah, yesterday was a Saturday. And I do coaching calls on Saturday also. And I had one of my high school principals, and they said that the superintendent wouldn't allow them to go further than 7 hours for a conference. Understandable, right? But I coached them. But they also said, however, if I present at a conference that's further away, he'll allow me and my team to attend. I said, well, that's truly empowerment if you look at it a little bit different way, just for a moment. I said, may I coach you here? I always ask for permission. They said, yes. I said, well, providing that you want to go to a conference that's farther than 7 hours away, and he or she is allowing you to present, that's empowering you to put your name in those conferences that are further away and then be able to bring your team. So he's actually pushed you to a higher level by challenging you to be a presenter at those conferences, and then by bagging it up by allowing you to bring your immediate team members to that conference with you. So again, it's not the situation. It's how we're looking at the situation. And that's fresh out. That's yesterday, you all. So, and I say that because you got to find empowerment in what you do. You've got to find the initiative in what you do. And that's whether you building level or whether you district level, whether you classroom level, or whether you just walking around every single day. You got to find the initiative in what it is that you want to do. And then guess what? That allows you to love what you do. That allows you to get through the pain, get through the adversity, to get through everything that comes with doing what it is that you love to do. I made a post just yesterday. Pain doesn't defeat love on no day of the week. Pain doesn't defeat love on any day of the week. I know when I break verbs, you all. I'm an English major, but sometimes I break them because I like to talk that way. But being my authentic self, pain can't break love on any day. So remember that. Mindset, it matters. It truly, truly matters. With that, you got to understand that you can train your thoughts and beliefs. Yeah, this is something that even I didn't know until within the last couple of years, to the level, to the magnitude that you can train your thoughts and beliefs. First off, I had to realize that we believe what we want to believe, not necessarily that which is always true. So if you can believe what you want to believe, and your beliefs are what guide you and push you and motivate you and define and describe your thoughts, guess what? You're in charge of that. So if I don't believe that my students are going to perform well, they're going to know that. They're going to be able to feel that. But if I train my mind to believe that all people are capable, that all students can learn, that all individuals have the growth, potential for growth within them, I can start changing that belief to ensure that I'm servicing everyone at top levels. If I change my belief that teacher such and such just doesn't have the capacity, and instead I can reach them a different way in order to get these instructional practices within their repertoire. You see how that changes the way of thinking about the situation? See, it's not the situation, it's how we're thinking about the situation. You got to pull the positive out of it. You got to pull that belief factor out of it. You got to look at it and say, what is it that I can do to ensure that on the back end, the results come out how we want them to come out? That also ties back into the question, what's guiding you every single day? That mindset, it matters. Don't allow your thoughts and beliefs to be obstacles to your own expansion. Ooh-wee. Oh, yeah, I put that on a quote, y'all. I got to put that on up here for you because I thought of it. I'm going to put that on a quote for you. Train your thoughts and beliefs so they won't become obstacles to your own expansion. Train your own thoughts and beliefs so that they won't become obstacles to your own self-expansion, to your own growth. Self-sabotage, team sabotage, all those things are real. Speak life into yourself. Speak life into your team. Speak optimistically about the results that are sure to come. The thing about it, if you're doing what you're supposed to do every single day, you know what's guiding you, you're reflecting on your practices, you're putting in the work, the results are going to come one way or the other. But guess what? When you do it that way, you're not judged by your results. You're judged by the effort that you put in. Every championship is not won by the best team. Every race isn't run by the fastest runner. They just were fast that particular day. Huh? They just were fast that particular day. But that may have been my best time on that day. And you won it. But that was my best time. So aren't I still able to rejuvenate and rejoice in the fact that I improved, I grew, I got better? Your mindset matters. Again, it's not the situation. It's how you're looking at the situation, y'all. We cooking on here today. What situation have you turned from a negative into a positive just by your outlook? Think about it. Because that's growth in itself, you are, when you're able to do that. Let's see, we got a comment here. Good perspective. Yes. Thank you, Doc. Yes, indeed, you are. Mindset matters. Keep that on the back burner, you are. So again, we want to continue to understand that you've got to ensure that you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. Second part of that mindset, note your strengths and your struggles. Note your strengths and your struggles. Lay into your gifts. Lay into your talents. As you come down these next 9-10 weeks preparing for state assessments, you're leading your districts, superintendents, you're leading your schools, principals, you're leading your classrooms, teachers, as well as you're putting input onto the entire school-wide perspective. Understand that your strengths and struggles matter. Dig into your strengths. Of course, you want to always push your limitations also. Look at those challenges also. But understand that your strengths is where your power is going to lie. All right? Want to read a quick little passage. Empowering educational leaders. A guide for teacher principal collaboration. Again, you all of this is coming from actually the first chapter, you all. I'm going to put I am a leader up, individuality, diversity. But when you're looking at your strengths and your struggles, maximize what you know you're good at as an educator. Your gifts and talents make room for you and open doors to other areas of individual excellence you possess. Recognizing your leadership style allows teachers to and principals to literally and figuratively move from straight line seating to station work because of the impact you know it provides for student learning. Recognizing your strengths allows leaders to bridge leadership principles into instructional practices to support teachers better. So when you know your strengths, when you know your struggles, you're able to better empower others. One of my frameworks, I talk about self-awareness leads to self-development, to self-regulation, to self-mastery. All of it goes together, you all. Mindset matters. Train your brain. Eliminate opposing beliefs to what is the goal that you're trying to accomplish. If you got those negative thoughts, those negative intuitions, you can eliminate them. You don't have to allow them to be so prevalent in your life and in your mind. There's strategies that you can do just that, you all. So let's take it a step further and ensure that we're doing everything we can to ensure that our mindset matters. And lastly, you got to be able to take feedback. You got to be able to take constructive criticism. Now, true enough, I'm big on not understanding or not even caring what the perspectives are. But at the same time, you got to be able to take evaluative feedback, feedback that's going to make you better and be able to implement it into your practices, making adjustments. That's what leadership is, being able to do it as needed. That's what it's all about, you all. So again, taking feedback, a big part of mindset training also. Starts with belief. I had to believe in my students and staff while turning my school around. I had to show them that had to be done and they could do it too. Yes, sir, doc. Yes, ma'am, doc. That's sure enough true. It starts with belief. Roger Bannister, he was the first man to run the mile in 4 minutes, under 4 minutes, and no one believed it. But when he was able to do it, the very next year, there were thousands of people who did it based off the fact that he had proved it could be done. That's Black history as well. But I'm going to say that again. After he did it, the next year, thousands did it. It became a benchmark. It became the standard of excellence for running the mile because of the belief, the knowledge, the understanding that, wow, this can be done, this has been done, and we can do it. Powerful, you all. Powerful, you all. So, again, we've been affirming leadership today. We've been affirming leadership today. I also want you to understand that it's about influence, impact, and intentionality. Influence, impact, intentionality. You hear you talking about your relationships. Yeah, I talk about connection all the time. I talk about connection. I talk about connection leading to empowerment, and empowerment leading to collaboration. And you'll notice that I also talk about journey, intentionality, and then mindset. With that being said, you got to understand that your influence lies within the relationships. It lies within making that connection with your people. It lies within showing them that you care, that you value what they bring to the table. If I'm a leader and I want the very best for you, I want to see you succeed. I want to see you empowered. I want to give you the opportunity to lead and to grow. That's going to be evident in the way that I treat you. That's going to be evident in my intentionality on this journey. That's going to be evident in how our mindsets get shaped for the journey, intentionality, mindset. All of that matters, you all. And again, all of it relies heavily on influence, impact, and intentionality. So we talk about those relationships. Yeah, they matter. They matter. They absolutely matter, because when you got those positive, willing relationships in which you can grow and learn together, that allows you to push yourself and your team to new levels. Again, think about it. If all of our goals are to be the very best that we can be and to empower others in the process, think about how much power that is, how much empowerment that is for our team. So those relationships are crucial. Make sure that down the stretch, these last few weeks, you reconcile those differences with students as well as adults. You don't want to let those bad moments continue to linger. They may have lingered long enough already. It may be something that's lingering since last year and you haven't addressed it yet. That's not leadership. That's not you being the leader that you were designed to be. I'm here to tell you, I can't be anybody else. I can only be the collaboration and school improvement specialist that I am. And for that collaboration to reach next levels, to keep growing, I'm telling you, those relationships got to be fixed. They have to be fixed. You've got to ensure that your relationships are 10-10, as they say. Crucial. Understand that you've got layered development pieces. Wow. This is a deep one, you are. Because not until recently have we even wanted to recognize the fact that we've got to do layered development. You say, what's layered development, Dr. Joe? You always making up these terms, coming up with these terms, systemic collaboration, layered development, and all these terms. Well, let me tell you, layered development. Here we're talking about personal development, professional development, school-wide development, and district-wide development. Wow. That's 4 layers of development that are needed within your schools, that are needed within our communities, that are needed within our organizations. If we're creating a culture of collaboration where everyone flourishes every single day, we cooking. We cooking tonight. I'm going to say it again. Layered professional development, personal development. What inputs do we have in place to ensure that our people know that we care about them, that well-being is a real thing, and that we're pushing people to be the very best that they can be? If I want you to do the best on your job, I should also want you to be the best person that you can be. If I want you to be the best on this job, why would I not want you to be the best person that you can be? Why would I not provide you professional development or personal development opportunities within a professional development framework? Wow. Yeah, we rethinking issues in schools, you all. It's time. It's time. Think about those times that you may have been missed or not taken care of because there were not wellness procedures in place at your school if you were a student, or if you were an adult. Think about how many opportunities were missed right there. But because you were strong, because you kept going, you just didn't worry about it. But everyone is not as strong as you were in that particular time, because any of us can be not as strong during a particular time. It takes a level of self-awareness to realize it, that no one is above the team, that we all have issues, that we all have talents, we all have struggles. But when we're able to bounce those struggles off one another, it improves our communication, it allows our preferences to be recognized, and it allows us to be who we are authentically in that space. Are we cooking tonight? We cooking tonight. So you move from personal development, then professional development. Hold up, you all. My battery's running low. Let me see. Can I plug in? Yeah. Okay. Sorry about that. Didn't want to cut off because we cooking tonight. But your professional development, what does that PD look like? What does your professional development cycles look like? Are there opportunities for feedback? Are there cycles to revisit the information? Have you provided in a format that's digestible and that allows educators to actually use the information, to practice the information? We talk about being practitioners. Well, if you're a practitioner, that means you're actually practicing the strategies. Professional development must be a vehicle to allow educators to practice the strategies. If you provide professional development that doesn't align or that's not within the practices that you want to see used throughout the course of the year, that's a big problem. So again, with this layered development, you're thinking personal, You think of professional. Now you're talking about school-wide. What are we doing uniformly? What initiatives do we have going on school-wide? Yeah. What are it? Is it a study skills initiative? Is it a test prep initiative? Do we have departmental rotating cycles? What is it? I'm giving you ideas. I'm telling you this information, you all. But what do those school-wide development look like? Then you're talking about district-wide development. What practice, what strategies, what mindsets are we employing and deploying into the entire district, into various schools that we have across the district, you all? So again, influence, impact, intentionality, all of that matters. All of that matters, you all. Definitely want to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, share. Definitely get out this information, you all, because we've got leaders in leadership positions who need the help. And this is what I've come to realize. They're not always going to ask for it. Sometimes we can get too proud. Sometimes we can listen to outside forces that don't allow us to reach out to get the help that we know we need in our schools. We listen to people telling us, oh, just wait. You've got plenty of time to do that. No, you don't. You really don't. Because who's to say what happens? Things happen at the switch of your fingers all the time, so often. So delays have serious consequences, in the words of Shakespeare. Don't delay on your own progress. Do it now. Do it good, do it well, do it big, do it strong, do it long. Your students, your teachers, your community, they deserve your strength. They deserve your knowledge. They deserve your experience. They deserve your leadership. You are a leader. Affirm it. Not just in words, but in what you do. Your intentionality. Remember that you got to define what it looks like in your life and in your school. You got to do that for you and for those that you're leading, because it looks different in different places. It looks different in different phases. It looks different at different levels. Ooh. But what does it look like in your life and in your school? Know the impact that you're bringing. Also, you got to understand that mindset matters. You got to know that mindset matters. Understand that you can train your thoughts and beliefs so that they won't become obstacles to your own expansion. And lastly, the last point that we talked about today, understand that leadership is influence, it's impact, and it's intentionality. It's not a mistake. You don't just mistake and become a great leader. You don't just mistake and have systems in place that everyone can follow. There's no disorder. We're able to come together as a team every single week, talk, discuss, make adjustments, be greater for later. That's what it's all about. That's how you know you're getting stuff in place, you all. So with all those things, I definitely want to invite you to continue the conversation, continue to show up each and every week for the Speaking Life into You Leadership live stream. Again, I'm so happy, so proud, so ecstatic that we have made it to week 30. That's more than half a year. 26 would have been half a year. So at week 30, Black History Month finale, last Saturday in the month, we got our black, green, our red representing, because it's all about being the best that I could be so that I can empower others to do the same within themselves. That's what it comes down to, you all. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you also affirm your leadership. You are a leader. Say it to yourself. Say it loud. Put it in the chat. I am a leader. You are a leader. And then you come back and you define that thing. Yeah. You define what that is for yourself. Remember, it's different phases, levels to it. So as you grow, as you continue to develop your leadership mindset, as you continue to train those thoughts and beliefs, and you start realizing, oh, wow, this the value up in me. No one is like you. No one is like me. That's why I feel comfortable bringing on different powerhouses in education, because no matter how great someone else is, you still going to bring something different to the table. You still going to be yourself when you're living within yourself, when you're being truly authentic, when you're drowning out the noise, when you are not worried about criticism, when you're not worried about people saying this or saying that about you. It hit different. It hit different. No leader that has come before us has been above persecution. Started with Jesus Christ himself. So what make you think that they're not going to persecute you and I as a leader? I'm going to let that sink for a minute. You all. I'm going to let that sink for a minute. I'm going to read this next passage. And it's just a paragraph, you all, also from Empowering Educational Leaders, Empowering Educational Community, a guide for teacher, principal, collaboration. You see the heart on there. Love and respect for all. One of the guiding principles that we live by. You got to affirm. Walkthroughs, evaluations, and feedback sessions are not I got you, but I see you in cultures of collaboration. On teachers and leaders' bad days, there are opportunities to commit to doing a better job the next time, and the effort to improve will shine through. Keep your head high through it all, because souls depend on your energy. You are souls depend on your energy. Be the leader that you know you can be. Again, leadership is not for you. It's for those that you inspire, for those that you are able to empower. As I get ready to close out today, remember, feel free to reach out. There's no problem with reaching out. Again, I do a lot of free coaching, you all. I do a lot of free coaching as well, because I know that I've been blessed to get the experience. And it's not about a payday for me. It's about truly being the best that I can be, so that I can empower others to do the same. And I'm living that. And that's like a burden off your life. That allows you so much freedom. And I'm not talking about financial freedom. I'm talking about freedom in mind and in thoughts. Freedom to produce, to create, to be a blessing onto another person. That's all the thing that's on my mind right now. And when your vision takes control of you, and that's what's pushing you to next, newer, and greater levels, that's your only concern. And empowering others, putting them in situations to be successful. That's my only concern, because if you think I'm getting paid a lot of money to come on here every week, I appreciate the flattery. I appreciate the flattery if that's what you believe. But nah, it's truly not about that. It's truly not about that. Great afternoon, Dr. McKeever Jeter. Appreciate you checking in with us here tonight. I hope that you found great value in what we're talking about today, because one thing about it, we all can learn from each other. And with that being said, you all, I do want to prepare to properly sign out. That's my information for any of those that want to get in contact. And again, I just love the work. I love the work. I read a passage earlier where I talked about hard work. Make sure it's hard work so that it doesn't become hard work. And I can't say that any other way. Other than that, you all, only thing that we want to ask for, we ask that we grant it with the love to lead with our heart, the wisdom so that we could dive deep into our purpose, and the courage to drive out all fear so that we can be the best leaders that we can be. Dr. Joe signing off. You are always speaking, always writing life into you. Have the best rest of your Sunday evening. Much love.